Hey, what's up? It's your boy BobbySapphire, and today we are going to talk about the return of organized play to Star Wars Unlimited. That's right, FFG gave us the dates, the locations for sectors, regionals. We've got premier sectors, limited sectors, a premier regional, a limited regional. We're going to talk about it all right now. Let's check it out.
Luke, we're gonna have company!
Real quick, before we get to the regional and sector dates, I wanted to talk about a brief recap of my PQ this past weekend. I was able to crack the top 8 of the Augusta main PQ with Cad Tarkentown. My brother, KTOD Maddie, also made top 8 with Quinlan Voss Tarkentown. And then our other teammate, Alexander the Greatest. I know you know him. He and I have traveled to a lot of PQs together. He got second with Quinlan Tarkentown as well. I was using the one-drop CAD Tarkentown version, which you can see here. This has 15 one-drops, even has some two-drops, and then, otherwise has a pretty normal curve of CAD Tarkentown Underworld units. But because we're playing so many one-drops, had to skimp on things like Waylay, like extra four-drops, like any semblance of a top end. So it's a little glass cannon, but it's really good against Quinlan Tarkentown. I played 2 Quinlan Tarkentowns. There were 2 more in the top 8. I would have played a third had my brother and I not faced in the final round. We were able to draw into the top 8. So I knew that the meta would be heavy Quinlan Tarkentown, which is why I chose this list. I don't necessarily recommend it in a wider meta. I think the deck is fine. I think regular CAD Tarkentown is fine. It's just the regular curve Tarkentown that wants to play 2-drops struggles a lot more into Quinlan. It's a really tough matchup into Quinlan, and because so many people play Quinlan in my area, I knew that I needed to play a version that wasn't just going to be an ice-cold dog to that. So shout out to the gentleman who top-8'd in Spain a couple weeks ago, because I took his list as a starting point. I took some of the things that I found really important about the list. Sneak attacks, Cad Banes, specifically are the things I wanted in there. And I squeezed them in and was able to win most of my matchups. I lost to the Palp Yellow list that won New York City the previous week. I slammed a Death Star Stormtrooper turn 1, and he played an ISB agent, and I knew things were tough from there. I almost clawed out game 2 by just not playing any 1 HP units on turn 1, but it was tough and it was a grind, and then I lost in the top 8 to Han 1 Blue, which is another spicy list. You check it out. Make sure you're checking out SWU Competitive Hub. There's the top 8, me, Maddie, Alex, and the rest of the top 8 gang. Great photo. And then make sure you're checking out SWU Competitive Hub for all of your tournament results. They've got links to every single melee of every single PQ, deck lists, winners, all of that. Now, I also want to talk about my extended team that was at a different PQ. If you didn't know, the guys from Team Secret have joined the team KTOD. So Michael Conroe, Josh Everly, Duncan Howard, all members of the KTOD tournament team. They all made top 8 in Virginia, with Michael coming in second, playing Mother Talzin. Josh top forward with Kylo 5 Tarkentown. And Duncan, always playing blue-red villain control, was there with Bosk Blue. So great job to my team. We got 6 top 8s this weekend. Pretty hype. All right, now let's talk about regionals and sectors. All right, I am hyped. There are 2 American sector qualifiers. One, and they're on back-to-back weekends. One is on the West Coast, one is on the East Coast. October 4th and 5th, Portland, Oregon. I will be there. I have booked my flight. I have booked my hotel. I will be in Portland playing Premier Constructed on October 4th and 5th. That's right. I'm going to the West Coast during the school year. I can't believe I pulled it off, but I got the day off. I made flights work, and it's happening. Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, much easier for me to get to. It's just a 5-6 hour drive. Might be even a shorter flight if I decide to go that route. But I will also be at the limited event in Philadelphia, playing sealed. Hyped to play. I know that some people are not excited about the limited format. The Premier format, we've had it for a while. We're going to talk about that a little more at the end of the video. I will say, since I will be at both these events, if you play against me, I will have something special for you to go home with. So come play against me. I guess it's really just for the people who play against me. So if you get so fortunate to get paired against me, that's where I'll be. Now, this is super hype. I really wish I could go to this. I could not make the flights happen. You cannot fly directly into Bilbao, but this is going to be crazy. The regional for this set, I really hope they keep it going for future sets. It's 2 events. There's a limited premiere regional that starts on Friday. It goes Friday, Saturday, and then a premiere that goes Saturday, Sunday. That means you can play both. Jim Cartwright said this in an interview with the Unplayable guys, I believe, that you can play in the Friday sealed, and if you don't do well, or maybe you make day 2 but you come in last, you can drop and play the premiere on Saturday. More bang for your buck. I could not get there. I tried to make the flights happen. I could not get there for the Friday event, which is what I really want to do. I really want to play limited. But this is hype. So there's now a European regional. It's the only regional of set 5. I think what will end up happening is that we will alternate between North America and Europe for these events for the near future, possibly expanding to other parts of the world. But that's what's happening for the regional. So that's the big event of set 5. And then finally, there's a sector qualifier in November, the 1st and 2nd days of November. It's premiere format. It's in Munich, Germany. I probably am not going to this one, although Justin's trying to convince me to go. It is my mom's birthday, so I will probably stick around America. But I am tempted to go, but it's a lot of flying if I go to, if I go West Coast. I might go to Baltimore for the warm-up PQ that's limited before Philly. So, I don't know, a lot of things might happen, but the bottom line is we are getting events again. It has been a long wait since Worlds, but we are here with events, ready to win some sweet, sweet prizes. That's right. The silver packs and the black packs are back. Yes. How many Vaders are in these silver packs? I don't know. Should I open one? No, I'm not going to open one. But we do get the sweet treatment that we've gotten in previous sets. So we've got, the great foil treatment on these promo cards. We've got Anakin for the top 8, Yaddle as the participation prize, or maybe Anakin you get for day 2. And then with the regional, and there'll be 2 sets of these, so there'll be a few more to get. You'll have black packs returning to the regional, and then the Vader pilot is the participation prize, and then the placement prize is we finally get a different treatment of the set 1 Luke Skywalker, one of the best cards in the game. That is sick. It's Luke in the black background. The card's crazy and the art's crazy, so I'm really hyped about that. Okay, so now the big question: will we get a shakeup? If you remember, back in Minnesota, it came to the attention of some of the teams who did not have a full spoiler of set 5 that some of the other teams did have this full spoiler of set 5. It had been leaked, the details of which are contentious, but FFG was made aware and they released the set early. So we've actually been playing on this current meta for like almost 3 full months now, because they released the full set so much earlier than Worlds. You remember the set only came out like a week. It was only supposed to come out like a week or 2 before Worlds, but we had the full spoiler long before, so we'd all been practicing for weeks and weeks. Will we get a shakeup before the premiere events? Games will sometimes do this, even though Force Throw doesn't seem to be strictly broken. It's not gatekeeping a ton of decks. It is a very prevalent card in the meta. It is one that they've said they're watching. If there was going to be a shakeup, I would imagine it would be to ban Force Throw, or suspend Force Throw, or restrict Force Throw in some way, because of just how long and stale the meta might get before these premiere events. You know, they really want these sector and regionals to fill up. They've actually knocked down the player count, so the sectors are only 512 players. They used to be capped at 1028, and the regional, which was capped at maybe like 2,000 in set 1, is now capped at 1024. So I wonder if we'll get some sort of meta shakeup just to mix things up before these premiere events, to keep them fresh and to get people going. And I don't think that there's been enough limited played, but I could see in the future in a situation like this where they actually do something to ban a leader for limited, potentially like an Anakin Skywalker in set 3, where Twilight, he was just so dominant of a draft leader and a sealed leader. So I could see them doing that too in some future event, but I don't know if we'll get a shakeup. My gut says no. I just don't think the data is strong enough for them to make any moves. But I do hope, for the sake of keeping things interesting for people, they consider it. And if they decide that people would rather have a fresh meta for these events, that they go through with it. It doesn't really matter to me. I just want people to have fun and go to these events. Come say hi. And yeah, I'm really looking forward to this season. I'm glad that the weekends worked out where I can go to basically any event. I could even go to Munich if it works out. But like, I'm free all those weekends, and I'm really excited because I didn't think I would get to go to these in the fall. So thanks for watching, and yeah, I'll see you at these events. Check you later.